Welcome back into another edition of the Full Court Press. I'm Tanner Barth alongside Nate Falk. And Nate, I'm finally feeling a little bit better this week, and it's good to be back with you here on the set. Kylie held things down for us last week.
She did great, but good to have you back.
Yeah, she did do great. Let's talk about some of the games we got going on tonight. A couple of big games, including in the Mid-Eastern Conference.
Yeah, big games tonight. They're the kind of games that will decide conference championships weeks from now.
Hey.
So.
You talked about it. Let's get into those highlights, shall we? I didn't want to miss those big games on tap across the Cape Fear. Let's start with our game of the week out at Brogdon Hall. The New Hanover boys hosting crosstown rival Laney. Wildcats and Buccaneers sitting tied for first and third in the MEC standings headed into tonight. And a good start for New Hanover. Makai Stanley saves it in to D. Barnett. Drive. Nice dish.
This kind of possession right there. You got the drift pass, the rip, the drive to the baseline, and then a tee-up post for the layup.
Abraham Driver gets it to go, but on the other end, Laney has an answer. Justin Clayton played some good ball lately.
A little late on that closeout, gives it the three.
And we talked about it. Justin Clayton, he kept Laney in this one in the first quarter, hits another three, saving grace. But how about this? New Hanover just a little too much. This time it's Makai Stanley. He got hot when you were there in the third quarter.
He did. He had a stretch in that third quarter where he had a few threes in a row that really separated the Wildcats.
The New Hanover Wildcats keep their foot on the gas pedal tonight. You see it right here. Makai Stanley just battling down low. He had a huge third quarter, as we talked about. And New Hanover picks up the big win over Laney, 67-57 the final score. And they now take a major step towards securing the MEC regular season title. But still some huge games left to go in the coming weeks, including one circle with the Hoggard Vikings.
A couple big games. Next week, Laney has one. Laney and Hoggard.
Absolutely.
They play on Tuesday night, especially on the girls' side, but the boys' side as well. So starting to separate a little bit, but some good games down the stretch coming up.
I'll have my eyes on those ones. Tons of people across the Cape Fear will as well. Well, let's get back into the highlights, and let's go ahead and check out the girls' side of that game between those two. This one came down to the wire between the two rival schools. Pick it up in the fourth quarter. Wildcats with the lead, and they add to it. Check out this catch and spin by Destiny Newkirk.
Right there, New Hanover playing with pace. I say it each week. When they play with pace, they're very good.
And it looked like they were going to create some separation. Mercedes Holmes, check out this. Nothing but nylon, and the young guard is pumped up.
Well, they made some shots, so when you play with pace and shots, it's a deadly combination for an upset.
And it sets up this, under 30 seconds to go. Laney down by one. The first shot won't go, but there's Kennedy Martin, the offensive rebound, falling down, gets it to go.
Upset Brewing, Tanner.
Upset
Possibly.
Brewing. The Wildcats, one last chance. Here it is. Andrea Schufert can't quite get it to go, and the celebration was on. Laney Buccaneers hold on. They beat the New Hanover Wildcats tonight, 50-48, the final score. Now let's move on to Shipyard Boulevard. The Hoggard Vikings hosting the West Brunswick Trojans. Key matchup on the boys' side of things, and Hoggard was up double digits at half. The West trims down the lead here to Jaden Parker, gets his man in the air and finishes.
Jaden Parker, Flight 22, and North Florida commit going up strong. I like it.
But the Vikings offense, well, they were getting anything they wanted. A little slip off the screen to Jackson Massey.
Back at you, some points in the paint there for Hoggard.
But when West found success, it came because of Parker in transition, throws it down here with two hands.
Coach Taylor loves that.
But like a well-oiled machine, Hoggard right back at it. Xavier Murphy, the basket and the foul. And Hoggard rolls at home tonight over West, 69-50 the final score. Now let's move on to the girls' game between the two. Hoggard coming off a tough loss to Ashley on Tuesday night, and they would respond early by pushing the pace in transition. Isis Tresvik looks back at her defender once, lays it in from the right side.
Nice take, nice finish. Good push there by Hoggard.
Yep, tied the game at 2, and that began the Viking run. Inbounds play, freshman Anya Massey, nothing but nylon.
Hoggard usually shoots the three well at home. They did tonight.
The Trojans trying to stay in the game. A little overshot here, but right there is Katea Bland on the offensive rebound.
The right place at the right time, Tanner.
High arcing bucket, but it wouldn't matter. As you said, Tresvik another bucket here, one of her team high 20. The Vikings take down West Brunswick, 58-30 the final score. Now let's move out to Brunswick County. Just up the road from us here in Leland, North Brunswick hosting the Ashley Screaming Eagles. We'll start with the boys game. The Scorpions getting things clicking offensively in the first half. Just check out the ball movement. You know, you like to take your time, and they kick it outside to Devontae Beatty. Blows right past his defender. Basket in the foul.
What you have, there's a good drag screen. Come off and find and drive to the basket for the and one.
And then coming out of the timeout, Ashley, well, they draw up a perfect play themselves around the perimeter. Nice bounce pass on the back cut to Kalani
Nice
Harris.
recognition of the overplay. What do? You cut to the basket.
He gets the sweet lay in there. Nate, you know, being a coach, you love defense. Elijah Elwood skies high for the block. The student section says, we're not having it
Get
tonight.
that shot out of there.
But North Brunswick picks up these 71
Huge.
to 67 win. Huge win there. Now let's move on to the girls game. What would we have there? You know, Ashley's been dominant the last month in conference play, taking on North Brunswick. And right off the bat, how about the Scorpions? Trying to make a little statement on their home court. It's Lydia Bradshaw. 3-ball, thank you very much.
It's a beautiful use of the pivot.
And
And fine for the 3.
Yep, the lefty gets it to go, but anytime you have Sanaya Rivers offensive board, they try to come out to her. She finds Mia Samadre.
Sanaya, who just surpassed 1,500 points in her career last week, one of her 17 rebounds to go along with 28 points.
Yep, she likes passing the ball as well, but right here the pass gets picked off by Bradshaw, gets the lay-in on the easy other way, but just a little bit too much Sanaya Rivers and company tonight. There's a reason she's one of the top players in the country. Watch her go to work.
Good luck stopping that.
She gets it right there. Tough shot, and the Ashley train rolling. You win this one tonight. 63-28 the final score. We are through just a third of the full court press here on WWAY, but we will roll on after the break with highlights. We'll go out west for a little Three Rivers Conference action.